You have a midterm due next week, or you have a midterm next week, you have an 8-page paper due next week. Your anniversary is coming up, and you have to finish your portfolio for a merger for your job. I say this because, and your friends are telling you to come to the beach today, because everyone's going, yeah, you know you have to finish this, otherwise you may not finish them or forget about them. This is why, typically, if you're being smart about this, you will choose to finish what you have to do in order to reap the benefits of being diligent. That's why I would have to disagree with this anonymous student's quote saying that never do today, but you can put off till next week. I'd like to talk about this with your job, your family, or your relationship, and your school. For example, if you have your midterm and an 8-page paper due, most of us, we don't like doing work. I don't think any of us really do. But if you have to finish your paper and yet you want to go play or go do something, go see a band, it's more fun. Don't get me wrong. But you're going to end up failing our classes if you do, and getting bad grades, which you'll have to eventually take them over. The second point would be having to do with your relationship. If you say your anniversary is coming up and you need to book a restaurant, or you need to get some flowers or a present or something to look for your spouse or whoever, your significant other, if you put it off until the next week when it is your anniversary, you can't always rely on other people. You can't rely on if the store's open, if the restaurant's going to be booked or not, because in that sense, if you rely on that and it fails and doesn't go through, you're probably going to have a pretty angry spouse or a pretty angry boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever you have. And then finally, with your job, if you have a merger due next week and you have a portfolio you need to do or anything that you really need to do, if you put it off, that's only going to hurt you and your company. Other people will suffer because of that, and you will obviously suffer from that, and you may not necessarily be picked for that job because they may say, oh, well, this guy gets it done right away. Because the benefits of getting it done is you can relax. You have less stress. You can focus on different things and different tasks and areas that you need to do. And so if you rely on putting it off next week and always having that, oh, tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow may never come, and you may eventually put it off until it's too late, in which you'll reap the benefits. So I would have to disagree with the student in saying that to do your work now, if you work hard and play later, the benefits will be highly enjoyable and greater than if you were to put it off for next week and may not eventually do it.
All right, Mark, your voice projects well. There's pretty good variety. Sometimes it sounds a little bit like you were rushing. Early on with your gestures, it seemed like you were playing with the quote. In the later part of the speech, you were much more involved and the gestures seemed more purposeful. Your body movement is sometimes it looks a little nervous. You're stepping forward and backwards often instead of doing it in a purposeful way, and occasionally you've got that ankle cross sort of thing too that looks like maybe there's some anxiety coming out there. You look like you're engaged, but it's a little bit of kind of a nervous sort of engagement. Your facial expressions are animated, but your eye contact is a little inconsistent. You look up, I know you're back there somewhere. You look up at me quite often, but I don't really get the feeling that you look at most other people in the audience except maybe once in a great while. Most of your contact's with me and with parts of the room down in front. You kind of look off to the side or this side or down in front, and then when you do look up, you're looking at me, which I appreciate, but the rest of these people, you know, they're here too. Give them a break, you know, a little bit more involvement that way. I thought you had a summary that kind of came back to the point that you were trying to make, and that's a good, effective way to finish. Thank you.